the existing world record. And we see Gay and Blake exchanging pleasantries there.
I wouldn't say that was too pleasant.
Or glares. And there's the anchors, Bolt and Bale.
Sight to look to your left and see Usain Bolt.
Certainly would intimidate me. So the two fastest countries of all time into the blocks with the Olympic gold medal in the balance.
Set.
Baton exchange. Justin Gatlin takes the baton for the United States.
And both of those passes weren't the best, but you have to think the U.S. has a little bit of a lead here, Tom. Gatlin has done the job down the back stretch.
Here's Tyson Gay for the U.S. Johan Blake for Jamaica. It's the U.S. and Jamaica right together. Here come the anchors. It will be Usain.
If you are a fan of the 4x1, you just saw the greatest race in history, and both teams lived up to the billing. The United States and Jamaica have just run the fastest times ever in the history of this event. Jamaica breaks the world record in 36.8, and the United States in second, 37.04, so they equal the old world record, 36.84 for Jamaica.
Welcome back to the Division III State Track Final, sponsored by Wabash Mutual Telephone. Proud to be the exclusive presenting sponsor of WOSN State Track coverage, and as always, proud to support Mercer County Athletics. It's time now for the girls' 100-meter dash, and here's who we have in today's finals. In lane 1, it's Megdine Wotan of Lake Center. Lane 2, Gianna Lane of Tree of Life. Lane 3, Addison Swearingen of Fairlawn. Lane 4, Kirsten Franklin of Lehman Catholic. Lane 5, Kenneth Stimmel of Margaretta. Lane 6, Delaney Jones of West Liberty. Lane 7, Katie Ruffner of Colonel Crawford. Just saw her in the hurdles. In lane 8, Julia Rapp of Columbiana. And lane 9, Lydia Kittner of White Oak.
Kenneth Stimmel, who's going to be running at Virginia Tech, or at least pole vaulting at Virginia Tech. She's not going to be able to have the benefit of her pole vault stick here today on this one. That'd be unfair.
Miles made a comment earlier that she's so good that what would it be like if she just ran down with the pole vault the whole way? She'd probably still do great. Let's take a look. Let's let them go. Kirsten Franklin out early. Kenneth Stimmel trying to contend with her. But it's Kirsten Franklin with the win. The Sidney Lehman Catholic Senior is your state champion.
Well, you knew it was going to be a battle between Franklin and Stimmel, and maybe by half a step. And look at the sportsmanship right there as Franklin and Stimmel embrace each other. Two great competitors enjoying the day. That's elite level stuff right there. Franklin.
Tell me about the race. It's a short race. It doesn't take very long, your time, 12:05. How did you feel heading into it and then going through the race?
Well, I was kind of nervous when I first was on the line, but once I got off the blocks and finished, I knew that I had it, and I just thank God for letting me push through today.
You said shocked. That was kind of your first emotion. Talk about that a little bit more. What has been shocking about this? Were you surprised you came out on top? Are you a little elated? You know, what's going through your mind right now?
Well, I was kind of like surprised that I got first because I just wanted to stay with Kenna since she was the 100-meter dash last year, and I just wanted to stay with her and just be right by her so I could just finish off the race.
State champion Kirsten Franklin, congratulations and hats off to a great season.
So we're here with Desiree Bryant. She's been one of the most consistent 100, 200 meter runners for the United States over the past, seems like almost a decade at this point. But you just ran a season's best today. How you feeling?
I feel good. I feel really good. Like you said, it was my season's best. You know, this year has been kind of weird with the weather. So, you know, a lot of my times have come from thunderstorms. So I was thankful for, you know, the sun today because oh yeah, it was a whole adjustment, man. Like, you know, I didn't have anybody, you know, to guide me out of college, so it was definitely a shocker. You know, as a pro, you do a lot more training than competing. Like, you know, college is like every weekend, you know, 2, 3, 4 events, you know, so it took me a couple years to adjust. You know, my first couple years I was injured, so I actually didn't really start my pro until 2018. So, yeah, it was an adjustment, but you know, just for athletes coming out of college, just give it time. You know, just give it time, just continue to work hard. And my biggest thing was stand on treatment, like lots and lots of treatment.
Nice. And then can you talk to me about some of your role models who you looked up to, not only in track, but maybe outside of track as you were getting into sports?
Yeah, so actually my father and my mom got me into track. You know, it was a last minute thing. They were like, well, girl, you ain't doing nothing over the summer. Just go ahead and run track. So, and then we found out that I was pretty good. So I'm like, I'm here now. But yeah, I always look up to Shelly Ann, you know. We're like the same height. So I'm like, girl, you give me hope. So she's definitely somebody I look up to and admire a lot.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And then, of course, like 100, and then you've made a plethora of 200 meter teams and stuff like that. But give me an event that you've never done before that you would love to do. Maybe you jump into before you retire. Could be on the track, could be on the field.
You know what I would love to do? Long jump.
Okay.
I used to ask my college coach all the time, like, let me just get into one meet. And they're like, Dance, no, because you're going to hurt yourself. You don't know how to land. No, we can't afford that right now. So I would love to do long jump.
There you go.
Yeah.
صاحبة المتألقات بالنسبة لهذا التخصص. إذا ينطلق السباق النيجيرية وأيضا الجامايكية والسرعة 12 ثانية مريحة تماما. بالنسبة لهذه التصفية الثالثة جهد كبير يبذل من البطلات المشاركات.
كذلك الجامايكية صاحبة المركز الثاني والبولونية صاحبة المركز الثالث إضافة الرابع تأهلوا ب4.
نعم. إذا هناك البطلة النيجيرية تومسون 12 ثانية 74 المركز الثاني، وهناك البطلة 12 ثانية 75% الزمن الثانية، والرابعة التي تأهلت أيضا 80% جزءا من الثانية. بالنسبة للبطلات المشاركات
صحيح، لأن ليس هناك ضغوطات على البطلات، لأن ممكن تحصل في بعض المجموعات
Jamaica, the two-time Olympic champion from 2008 and 2012, and there is Shelly Ann Dwight.
And at 32 years of age, and after winning a bronze medal in Rio, where she truly was not completely fit, she's had a child, she is a businesswoman, and she has decided that the track has really been begging to have her back. So she has said, you know what? It is a world championship here. Now is a good time for me to get out here. Next to her, on her left, Aaliyah Brown of the United States, who Went to school at Texas A&M, one of the powerhouses of the Southeastern Conference. And he has a personal best of 11.01.
And next to her in 2 Dwight is Samoy Hackett of Trinidad and Tobago. And she is the national record holder in the 200 meters and the 4x1. Samoy has been on a lot of big stages for TTO.
Ran on their bronze medal winning 4x100 meter relay back in the 2015 World Championships that were held in Beijing.
And just as I said, the rain had subsided. Here it is again, falling at a pretty good clip. But all of these athletes who've been on the biggest stages that we've talked about, whether it was in college or on to the professional level, have experienced moments like this where the showers are just coming down in sheets. But the challenge is to stay focused and stay relaxed if you can, even with that cool rain falling on your body, and keep your head about you to be able to execute a race.
And frankly, for a sprinter or any speed athlete, the time right after the rain subsides is a time when you can really run fast.
Oh, really?
The humidity is high. That's when we saw those incredible times at the NCAA championships last year out of Michael Norman and Rai Benjamin in the 400 and the 400 meter hurdles. It's dangerous to run hurdles in, obviously.
Right.
But that is really an ideal time for speed athletes, is right after rain stops falling.
Well, the fans here in Grenada surely respect the accomplishments of one Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce in lane 4. And of course, an excellent field here in this women's 100 meter A section. Harrigan Scott in 1, Samoy Hackett, Aaliyah Brown, Fraser-Pryce in 4, Smith from Jamaica in 5, Tarmo of the United States in 6, Evans and Paulino. And they are off, and where does Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce have? Right there in the middle of the track, and has she lost a step? I don't think so. The new mom is still the queen of the 100 meters.
You know, Lewis, we've watched her incredible starts over the course of the last decade, so that's not unusual. I think that that's just innate. It's built in. It's part of her DNA. But she really did execute every part of her race very, very nicely, considering the time of year it is and how much training she's had behind her. It was just time to get out there and run a full 100-meter race. She ran a 60 meters indoors. Now she's run a full 100. That should give her a real good gauge of where she's at. The Jamaican trial's probably not going to be held until sometime in July. So a lot of work to do, but a lot of time to get it done. Look at the reaction to the gun and how well she stays down. She just separates immediately. The only person close to her the first 15 meters was Aaliyah Brown on her left, but she just pulls away from everyone. At the very end, Janelle Smith, her teammate from Jamaica, who also attended Auburn, was able to become a distant second. But I would say you need to pay attention to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce for the World Championships this summer, because she already looks to be in great form.
32 years old, a mom, in the rain, coming back, looking strong as she can be, still showing everybody she's the queen of the Caribbean. And we can't wait to, we're going to look at the results here. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce winning. So she wins it at 11.20. Of course, you'll have something to say about that time, but it's early. As you mentioned, Jonelle Smith of Jamaica was second, and Aaliyah Brown of the United States was able to get up for third in 11.46. We're going to step away, and hopefully when we come back, we get to talk with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. The rain continues to fall from Grenada, but the down to chill.
Lewis, thank you so much, Shelly-Ann. Yesterday, you told me that you were excited to come out here and see where you're at. Where does that race tell you where you're at?
First of all, I'm just really happy to be here. The journey so far, having my son, being an athlete, and still coming back and, defying the odds. I'm just looking forward to it. And I've been working hard, and I'm excited that I came out here and I represented well.
Speaking of working hard, after a race like that, you'll go back, look at the tape. In your mind, just from what you felt on the track, what do you need to work on?
Honestly, I think I need to still work on my transition. I think I had a good start, but, the coach would tell you that's different. But the transition definitely is something to work on.
We had life jackets.
I still can't say. I'm terrified of swimming and water because, you can't control it. Next time, I'll try to, learn. My son starts swim class soon, so I'll join him.
Take it with him, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Lewis.